Hello Pisces, welcome back to my channel. I am Mariana and I will do the vibes inside for you today. So, welcome if you're new here. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here with me on my channel. Well, I read mostly about the self. I hear now that I read about reinventing the self. Maybe that's actually correct, but that's just my guide. Reinventing the self, that's maybe probably true as well. So if you find yourself on a spiritual path and you have somehow been led to my channel, maybe there will be something in here for you. If you are on a recovery path or you just feel that something is off and you need to change something in your life, maybe there's something in here as well for you. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I do long readings, and I'm sorry about that for those of you who don't like it, but this is my reading style, and the benefit of that would maybe be that I bring a lot of details. So for those of you who like that, my readings are like that. It's a general tarot reading, so of course it's not the same as a personal reading. It never can be. And if you want a personal reading with me, you can look up my email in the description box below and send me an email if you would like that. But otherwise, if you feel like those may resonate or part of it may resonate, just take what resonates and leave the rest behind, right? Or you can skip the entire reading, right? If I'm not the right reader for you, there are many out there, so you can look them up, okay? I tend to connect with those who believe or feel that they could be scapegoats. Maybe because that is part of my own journey as well, or has been. So that could be one of the reasons. But I actually believe that it's part of the reason why I'm here, that I'm supposed to deliver some kind of message here. Anyway, let's get on with it. So today I have a black and then I have a light baby blue here for you on the table. This comes across a little bit like two steps. I had this in the Aquarius reading as well, like there was a step 1 and a step 2. In this case, it may feel a little bit like a step 1 and a step 2 as well, but it's different. It's different. I don't know exactly how it's different yet. I just feel it's different. I believe that in the Aquarius reading, it came up as you do step 1 first and then you get to step 2, like a plan. Like you can literally write it down. You do this first and then this. This feels more like it's intertwined, like water, Pisces, right? It feels like it's blending in and out of each other somehow. So it's not a clear step 1 and then step 2. Part of the black is connected with well, maybe I should say what I feel this is. The black connects with, you could say, something off, something that needs to be cleared out of the way to have a more brighter, more clearer sense of understanding about something, a clearer possibility of speaking your mind perhaps, or a clearer thought process somehow. And there's something muddy, I think. The blue, baby blue here for me, it kind of represents this, like this bright blue sky. There's nothing muddy about it. And it can give us this feeling of like transparency and clarity and sun, right? The sun goes right through when there are no clouds in the sky. So there's sunshine, there's light, there's warmth maybe, and there's clarity, transparency. Nothing is somehow hidden, or nothing is uneasy to detect, you could say. Where here there is something that is not easy to detect or not easy to look through. And it looks very dark, this. I don't know how much of each, like, is this the, like, for some of you, maybe this is just little, and this is a lot. And for others of you, this is a lot, and this is very little. So maybe you feel you have just little clarity and a lot of answers, or a lot of questions, a lot of unanswered stuff, a lot of history, maybe stuff from your childhood, maybe that you haven't figured out. And it's kind of, it's not allowing you to see something in a different light here. It's not allowing you to speak clearly or choose clearly. The baby blue color for me, well, it connects with throat chakra, you could say. So there is something about speaking and communicating, but today it comes across like a feeling, the feeling we have when there is this bright, clear blue sky. No clouds, just the sun, and everything is clear. Everything is bright. Everything is easy to see. There's nothing hidden with the clear blue sky. It's even this idea that there is access to the higher realm, like that there's nothing like a filter that is prohibiting you to maybe speak to your guides, your angels, or God, or it could be the feeling that something is, like there is a layer on your intuition. There is something that is in the way of having the clear access to something here. And with you, Pisces, it feels emotional. It's not... with the Aquarius reading, it was very like step by step. This feels like an entangled emotional stuff. But, well, in this physical world, this is how I can show it to you. Maybe what you feel like at the moment, that you have clarity. And you do have intuition. Maybe you have a lot, as I said, and only little that prohibits you to have like free access or great good access to everything. Or the opposite, you have only little access and you have a lot that is prohibiting it, blocking it. But it's this feeling of being, I even want to say, with the clear blue sky, this is where what I would call like this great, beautiful connection with God, or whatever deity you may be feeling mostly connected with, or angel, or whatever. This is this beautiful, blissful, happy, clear, safe, I want to say also, safe connection with a guide, or with an ancestor, or with where everything feels very intuitive, very, but there's nothing to fear here. There's nothing to, it's blissful, it's happy, it's transparent, it's easy to access, it's easy to hear or know or something. But it feels a little bit like there's a muddiness here at the moment, maybe for some of you. Like the intuition is a bit off somehow. And it's interesting because we just we had a full moon in Pisces, right? And it's kind of, to me, it has been a rough one. In the meaning, I mean it in that way that it's, for me, it has come up with like it could be a heavy weight on people's shoulders. It could be this feeling that your heart is heavy. I found stuff in my own situation that I kind of needed to go through. I took a little time to do that before I sat down to do the readings. And I had to make sure that I come in with the right feeling to your energy here, Pisces. I don't really have Pisces strong in my chart with any personal planets, so I'm going just with the flow of what I get here for you, right? Okay. Pisces usually very intuitive, very psychically connected, can be great healers, can be great psychics. So whether you know it or not, you could have an antenna here, but it could be a bit blocked. As I said, this is just a cloth, right? You fold it to the amount of size that is for you. Maybe you only have this much of this color that is prohibiting you from seeing whatever this is. Maybe your cloth is only like this, right? So you usually have a lot of clarity and you see things very clearly, and for now it's just like there's a little. For some of you, maybe there's a lot. You have to like fold this one in the right size for you at this moment, right? The full moon in Pisces, I feel like, really wants us to get rid of something. It's almost like this needs to go, right? Whatever this is. And it came out to me, I looked at the normal cloth colors I have, and it's like there was nothing that felt right. I couldn't give it a color. And for me, that tells me something about that you don't know what this links to. Sometimes we know what's blocking us. In this case, I feel like you don't. It's subconscious, unconscious, it's hidden. It's maybe like a family secret or something. You don't know what this is. But it could be also an element that's actually outside of us at the moment. Because I know there's something happening with the Schumann resonance. at the moment. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up, but it's a vibrational sound that has been picked up in the energy field of Earth, if I remember correctly. And there's something, it has been off for, I don't know, a week or so. Normally it doesn't happen. So it's like, for some there has been internet problems, there has been like on-off connection. It's like the connection is as I said here, it's like it could be the feeling that it's on and then it's off, and then it's on and off and on and off. That feeling with your intuition or with your psychic gifts, it's like something is happening with our energy field. Something is happening with the Earth's energy field. It's like a humming sound that comes, I believe, from Earth, and it has been picked up and given a name, right? And then people, some who like are interested in this, they follow the sound. They analyze it, and they have picked up during the last week or so, there has been a disruptancy in this resonance. So there is something going on. And it could be this feeling, what you're picking up on something here, that it feels like your antenna is not working correctly or something like that. I don't know much about the Schumann resonance, but I believe it comes from Earth. It's a humming sound. But you can look it up. I don't know why I say this, it just came into my awareness. So there could be something linking to your feeling of being a bit off here. I must say another thing that could influence this for you is that the moon nodes have changed. This happened maybe a month ago or so. Or was it more? Maybe a little more than a month ago. So the moon nodes are now in Scorpio and in Taurus. They shifted from Gemini and Sagittarius into Taurus and Scorpio, and these are very different energies. So maybe you have felt like, I get this feeling of a retuning. It's like, you know, you turn the wheel on an old radio until the noise goes away, and you have to like figure out where the channels are. And that's what you're doing. It's like you're turning the wheel of this, or the knot on the radio station. You're turning it to kind of tune in again. That feeling, that's what I have here. And it can be that if you are in an ascension process, when you go through some major reliefs or major letting goes, your vibration rises. It means that you are now able to tap into a different vibrational energy. But it may take a little while for you to adjust your antennas, or you may feel like they are off because you don't get the same kind of information that you used to. It's because the old way, the lower vibration, you are no longer in tune with that. So you need to adapt to the newer one. The same thing happens if you are not ascending but descending. If you find yourself like trapped in a black hole of despair, you could find the same thing, that you have lost something that you usually have access to, that it goes away when you kind of like fall into a black hole here, or you fall into a black well, and where everything seems dark and full of despair and sadness. It's like you lose the connection for a while. Do you get my point? I hope you get my point. For some, this is, I believe that's actually the message. And what you are experiencing could be this feeling that your antenna is off somehow. Actually, I want to start out with the, and I have new decks. If you haven't seen my video since the last Pisces reading, I have new decks on the table. This one is called Through the Eyes of the Soul. It's by Cheryl Yambrak Rose. I want to take this one. I feel like as overall and underlying energy, so I actually tap into the soul right away here. Normally I would maybe wait a little bit, but this feels correct. Maybe it's because of the color alignment that, and again the black and the color alignment of these cards are almost spookily similar. Almost like they are designed for this reading, right? I get this feeling. I said spookingly or spookily similar here. Maybe your soul is wanting to tell you something, and it has this spooky element to it. Like it could feel a little bit like a you know, like it could be this feeling that you walk down the street and you look across the street and someone is passing by and they somehow look very similar to you. And you know you don't have a twin, right? That's this kind of amazing, but at the same time also very spooky experience. Like, but that shouldn't be happening, right? Or you walk into a room, or you visit a different country, and you walk down the street of some kind of city, and you know with your conscious mind, I have never been here before. But then you get a deja vu experience. Suddenly it's like you see yourself, you've been here before, or you have dreamt about this place before, and suddenly it's like you see yourself in it. It has this, there's this feeling of like a spookiness to it that may have to do with like your soul. It's like your soul recognizes something. Your soul recognizes something here. Can I get a bit closer on this? It's like when I put down these, it's like they are so similar. The black and the color of this, it's so similar. And how she is also depicted with this blue color here. It's very... it could even be something you're dreaming, like she has closed eyes here. Could be something you're dreaming, right? That That it could be something you are realizing how connected you are with everything. And even though that can be a feeling of a beautiful, as I said, when you connect only with this feeling, this is very blissful and very happy and very joyful and very clear and very easy and very loving and caring, right? This is very like the exhale. This is, you get outside and you just see this beautiful blue sky and you can just breathe this fresh air in and just exhale, right? And then on the other side, we have the cloudy, muddy weather, right? Where everything feels kind of sticky and wet and thunderstorms and lightning and everything. But it's part of our identity. It's part of who we are. And we own both of them, maybe. Like that. Maybe you have clarity of some part of you. And you realize you also own something else, that there's something else in you as well. You are not just the clear blue, maybe even you could say innocent, good thing here. That there's something else in you as well. That we could say that this could be the feeling of yin and yang, or good and bad, or a duality feeling here. And again, then you have to figure out how much is feeling yang and how much is feeling yin, right? You figure that one out for yourself, right? But that's kind of what I feel like. It could be something like if you're dealing with another person, there could be something about that you realize that part of them, maybe a side you didn't like, representing the black here, could be something you don't like, maybe. But you realize that you have some of this as well. Do you get my point? It's like sometimes people that we attract into our lives, they show us our shadow side. A side of us that we are not proud of, or we have a difficult time appreciating it or accepting it, or it has been a very dangerous thing for us, so we had to hide it or shove it away in our lives. But depending on what you have experienced, of course, in your life, right? But I get this feeling of maybe realizing that there's more, right? That you own something, or you are similar. You are like you are similar but not. It could be something. Let's say let's say you have someone in your life who is very stubborn. The reason why they could be stubborn, if we knew, the reason could be, for one of them, it could be fear. And for one of them, it could be pride. Do you get my point? It's like they may have the same, similar approach to life, not giving in. But the reason why they are doing it is different. It could even be oppositional, but the reason why they stick to their plan or they stick to this coping mechanism or whatever is two different aspects. Do you get my point here? It could be this feeling that you realize that we are two of a kind but opposite, or we have a similar way of dealing with something, but the reason why we do it is different. Something like that, I think I get here for this. So there is either a step 1 and step 2 that is enmeshed, that is intertwined with each other. And you have to kind of figure out which is what. Maybe it has been very intertwined. And now you could say, if you have been in a relationship with another one, when you are in a relationship, you are intertwined with each other. When you break up, it's like you let go and you go in 2 different opposite directions. After a period of time, maybe you are able to see which one you are most here and which one they were most here. And you also realize this pull that you get attracted to your opposite because they represent something in you that you haven't dealt with, or you haven't realized it, you haven't figured it out before. We usually say that the one we fall in love with is the one who completes us, right? You complete me, we say, with a first love, perhaps. We feel so joyous when we find them because they represent a part of us that is a shadowy part. Something that we feel we can't have or be, something we can't own or be worthy of or be good enough to have or to own or to do. So they represent that. And therefore, when someone comes into your life who represents your shadow, it feels like a gift, right? It feels like something we want to hold on to. It's the one that it's something we long for in ourselves, but we can't seem to find it. It's the shadow side. It's the opposite. But the point of some of these encounters is, of course, well, you can be happy with such a person, but usually over time, we figure out that this person is not just our shadow. There could be other stuff with that person that maybe we don't like that. And sometimes we split up, right? And it's after the splitting off that we realize, maybe if we look closer, what was it that this person could show me or bring to the surface or illuminate for me? Why did I meet this person? Why was I so pulled towards them? It must be something that I feel like I can't have or can't be or I'm not worthy of or something. It's something that I don't dare to do or be. But that's what I feel like. It's something about like the yin and yang and the... it could be the feeling that with one person here, there is a lot of clarity. It's transparent. It's easy. It's blissful. It's beautiful here. And with another person, it was full of tension. It was full of turmoil. It was full of arguments and criticisms and whatever. You see my point in this? Like, there could be something you are discovering here about something like that. Okay, so let's have an overall energy here. Break free, regain your youth and fly. Yeah, there is something about the Pisces full moon that is still present here. It wants us to end something, to let something go, to break free from it and fly away here. It even says regain your youth. So maybe something has been wearing on you. It has maybe drained you or something. Maybe you felt like getting old almost, like It could also be something like you grew up too fast, like something was covering your your ability to fly off into the sky here, right? Something was laying over that, or prohibiting it from breathing freely and so on, like a weight on your shoulder somehow. And it has aged you, or it matured you too early, like if you had to take care of a lot of stuff when you were way too young. So there could be something about regaining your youth, or play again, figure out how to play again, or what did you like to do when you were young? If you had a little bit of time where you could do that, what was that? What did you like to do? At the bottom of the deck, I get a deep secret will come to light. So here I have a different card here. A deep secret will come to light. And that's again what I feel like, that there's something here that feels shadowy somehow. It's kind of, it's something that is, I didn't do it different. I didn't do it the other way around. I didn't do this, right? I didn't do this. I did it with like the black on top, or in front of, or as a filter, or it acts like a wall or something. Like something is prohibiting you from seeing something, or realizing something. Maybe that the clarity you need to get here, to get to this clarity, you need to figure out what this is, this deep secret that will come to light. I do actually feel like I want to read from the book on these. There is a 2 energy here, with the number 2 that is prominent in both cards. This one is card number 2, break 3. And this one is card number 38, which when you combine the numbers, it 3 plus 8 is 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2. There is something about the number 2 here that is significant. I'm actually doing this reading on the 20th of September, which is also a 2. There is something about a 2 energy here, 2. So 2 people. 2 is also numerologically the number of, you could say, you and someone else, partnership, or spouse, marriage. It's a card where you are not alone. There is you and something else, or someone else involved, right? Okay. So this card here, overall energy, break free, regain your youth and fly. And Kailek bearer. Transcend, I believe that is Celtic. we'll see if there is a little more about this further down here. Okay, so it says, transcend time and space and all known boundaries. Adopt positive patterns that regenerate your body and initiate a new cycle of opportunity. There is definitely something you need to break from, Pisces. And that makes sense. Pisces is the last zodiac sign in the wheel, the 12th house, the 12th zodiac sign. This is where we have come to the end. Pisces represents, you would say, the eldest, the wisest, the most psychically gifted. It's a feminine water sign. It can represent also elderly life, death, rebirth. It's where you are about to kind of wrap up a cycle of something here. So it's kind of, there's a cycle. Initiate a new cycle of opportunity. Adopt positive patterns that regenerate your body, right? Not something that puts stress on it. From the earliest time, the Kalak has been venerated as the mother goddess of Ireland. In her triple goddess aspect, she is mother, maiden, and crone. In the painting, the goddess appears in the highest cane of Ireland, called Slieve Gallion, located in County Armagh. On the horizon can be seen the cane-topped hills of Slieve na Gaelic in County Meath, which are also named in her honor. Sharing the top of the mountain is the magical lake of all healing. Around her cane walls are glyphs, ancient and modern, depicting both the glory and destruction of nature. Aroused from her wintry sleep, she is transforming from the crone into the maiden of spring and is ready to fly into the new cycle of life. This is quite interesting because transforming from the crone into the maiden, this is where you end the cycle, right? As the crone, you have learned everything you can from this situation. You have become wise, the wise old woman, right? The crone. And then it's like you start a new cycle with positive new opportunities as the maiden. Fresh new inhale here, right? Fresh new inhale. We could even say that this represents the elderly just before death, and this is the fresh new child, right? The fresh breath that comes when the child is born and takes its first breath. Take that how it resonates for you, right? But it seems like something is arousing from the wintry sleep. Maybe this could even talk about, we could say, the hamster wheel, right? That we have been in a hamster wheel without the feeling of having like an end goal, or without the feeling of seeing the end of the tunnel of something. It's just, you have just been like kind of in this process of something in here. That's the wintry sleep, that you have been like just doing the hamster wheel life, zombie hamster wheel life. But not without this like a clear feeling of clarity that you have to go in like this direction. That and that what you are doing here is actually having a purpose. Yeah, maybe it has a daily practical purpose, but does it have a divine purpose? Does it have a life purpose? Life mission purpose? Most of us, we got into some kind of job or career, and we have just been doing this for the benefit of earning money and paying our bills and and our little private life, but is there more here? Is there something divinely guided here? So it could be this feeling that you have been arising from a wintry sleep, and you are now transforming into the maiden of spring, and is ready to fly into a new cycle of life. That's what I feel like is coming here. And you, therefore, I feel like I have to say that it's like you are in a transition phase, or an ascension phase, or you're changing vibration, and you may feel off somehow. That your intuition may feel off. You may feel you... maybe you feel more tired. Maybe you feel more emotional. This would be like the last... it could be the feel of like that this cycle, whatever this cycle represents to you, it has just the last few... You could say it could come up with the feeling that whatever this cycle represents for you, it could be this feeling that you find that you have some memories or encounters that kind of wants to pull you back into it, right? And you have to resist it somehow to start the new cycle here. A more positive and transparent, like this could be something you wish for yourself, right? You may wish that you have more transparency, that you have friends that don't lie to you, or whatever this is. Or more transparency in your workplace. Or you could even say that this could represent honesty, right? That this is clear and transparent, and there's no hidden second agendas or anything. Why can't people just be honest with me, right? Or why can I not be honest with people? It may be because it's dangerous to be honest, right? The point is that you could be in a transition phase here. Between something you need to let go of, something you need to break free from. And I feel like it has to do with the cycle you have been in. And you have matured in that cycle. I feel like you have come to, you could say, the end. You have come to the end of this. It's like it's ready to be done. It's ready. It's almost like you need to choose it. Like you need to choose that this is done, right? I just take it away, or at least I make it smaller. I choose that it's only like this. So it has no say really, right? Whatever this is, if it's just this small, it doesn't really have much to say if I have all this other clarity here, or honesty, or freshness, and brightness, and bliss, and whatever this is. So if this is a big one, if this is still big for you somehow, I feel like it's almost like you need to choose it. You are there, I feel like. You are there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have these cards. You are here already. But maybe there's something that needs to be figured out before you can make this smaller or even eliminate it, right? So let's have a look at this card here. 38. A deep secret will come to light. It says, Rosalind Remembrance. Take special care in how much you reveal and the way it is brought out into the open. Consider the impact the knowledge will have on others and what they may do with that information. Women were key figures throughout the history of Rosalind Chapel. There were female Templars, sometimes called Daughters of Zion or Templar nuns, who shared the secrets of the Templars and their rites. In the painting, a Lady Templar sits patiently over the time-worn steps leading to the vault of Roslin, waiting for the time when the secrets are to be revealed to the world. The small vault cavity beneath her emits a powerful energy that can still be felt today. Sadly, the steps have now been made level with cement. Some 20 feet under the foundation is the main vault, which is sealed like an Egyptian tomb. Here in the musty darkness are the treasures brought from the Holy Land. Well, so it seems like I get the feeling that this is a deep secret, and it can be a secret within you. It can be something brought to life within your family or something. I get like an internal stuff. I read the vibes inside, so I usually get the feeling of something internal here. And how it's set here in the book, right? Waiting for the time when the secrets are to be revealed. The small vault cavity beneath her emits a powerful energy, right? Sadly, the steps have now been made level with cement. I get the feeling that if this is something within you, I want to say it is deeply, deeply buried. Under cement, deep, deep down. The steps have even been almost taken away somehow by time. There is a main vault where this secret is, but it was sealed like an Egyptian tomb. That's what it also says here. Here in the musty darkness are the treasures brought from the Holy Land. It's like and she is patiently sitting and waiting here until the time is right. It's almost like I get the feeling that that the time should be right. That time hasn't been right before. Time hasn't been right before. It was maybe dangerous or I get almost a feeling of time wasn't right. Again, a maturity thing. Something I hear also, time wasn't ripe. Like time had to be ripe. Like a fruit needs to be ripe before you pick it. Otherwise, it's just sour and you can't use it. It could be even that if you were not embracing a crone energy, you wouldn't be able to face that truth. It would maybe devastate you. But because you are a crone, you have learned everything you needed to learn in this cycle. You have matured. As a psychic guided being, you have matured. You are now able to understand this truth and handle it as a crone, not a maiden, not a mother, but as a crone. So with a great maturity, you are able to maybe let something go here without, exploding in rage or becoming very like heartbroken about it. That there is something to the time and the ripening of something. That something needed to be understood in a very mature way, I want to say. In a very mature, wise way. Otherwise, this could easily have erupted into something or created some kind of chaos here. The one who need to yield whatever this is, it says something like treasures brought from the Holy Land. Templar nuns, right? It's like Templar nuns are devoted to the temple, right? They are devoted to Rosslyn. They are devoted to the entire idea about Rosslyn. Female Templars. Daughters of Zion. It feels old, it feels ancient. Treasures brought from the Holy Land. The Holy Land, again, this feeling of the blissful God land, right? It's like there is some kind of tool, or the vault contains something. But to bring it into this world at this time, it's like the time should be ripe as well. People should have a specific understanding. Earth should be in a specific vibration for something to come to the surface, I feel like. Can I have a little more info on this, please? But this is underlying energy. So this is what drives this. The breaking free here is because of whatever this is. I feel there is a strong movement around Earth, starting slowly and surely building something like, especially in spiritual communities, it's like freeing yourself from the things that hold you down, freeing yourself from, you would say, the cords or the ties of institutional contracts, something that binds us, that takes our freedom away. There is this feeling of wanting to free ourselves, break free from something, free ourselves from contracts, work contracts, marriage contracts, at least those where you feel oppressed somehow, where you feel you can't breathe, or that your freedom is limited, or that you are abused or used somehow. There is a movement, a feeling of needing to do something. And this energy with the Pisces full moon energy is still very present, I think. So let's have a look if we can get just a little bit about this. If we can get just a little bit info about whatever this is. So what it is, what it's asking you at this moment to break free from something is because breaking free is helping you to understand this. And I get this feeling of like the feeling of like fresh, clean air here, and the feeling of polluted, dusty air here. So it's something like, if I live in this environment, it's like I breathe something very unhealthy for me. Or I'm energetically influenced by something that is very unhealthy for me. And there's something about choosing something that is much more clear and free and healthy, right? There's even this it says here on the card, regain your youth and fly, right? It's something about choosing something more healthy for yourself. And sometimes it means that you have to break with society maybe. Maybe you need to move to the countryside or into nature instead of living in a polluted big city perhaps, right? Maybe it means that you have to connect with something deeply inside yourself that you have repressed because you needed to get an education and earn money, right? Or you had to pay your bills and everything. So you had to take care of stuff that relates to society and what society demands of us, you could say. Mortgage and or rent. If you have any kind of loans, you had to pay them off, right? You are committed somehow, committed into different contracts. When you live a conventional life within society, and you are part of that, and most of us are in some sense. But it also means that sometimes we are not really following our inner calling. We are not allowing ourselves to hear it. But I get the feeling the more you stay in some kind of environment here, it's not helping you. It's not healthy, I feel like, Pisces here. It's not healthy somehow. The lookout. Interesting. Card number 17 breaks down to an 8. 8 typically has something to do with fame. But there's something about when I look at this card, I instantly got drawn to the flames here. He stands there, and he's on the lookout for something. Maybe even to the point that he doesn't see that his ship is on fire, right? There's a color similarity here with the cards here. He looks with a camera or with why did I say camera? Well, maybe someone is filming something here, but otherwise I would say they could be looking for land, they could be looking for success, they could be looking for safety, maybe. They could be looking for For the stars, they could be looking. So whatever the lookout has to do, whatever that may be. Again, I get this something about safety here, especially if the ship is on fire, right? You would probably look for safety somewhere else. If there's land nearby, you could jump into the ocean and swim there, right? Could be the feeling that the earth is, or something is burning here. Something is burning you and you want out, right? You want out of something into something else. But to do that, a secret must be told or must come to the light here. It could be something like whatever secret there is here, it may have something to do with a fire. With a fire, like literally, if you had a fire, if there was a house fire or cellar fire or a like your house burned down or your flat or something like that. It could be the feeling that you are constantly somehow challenged with maybe what should keep you safe, in this case the boat. It should keep you safe out there on the ocean, right? But it seems like it doesn't. It seems like it doesn't, right? It seems like there is a fire here. So it could be something like maybe you have always been on the lookout for safety somewhere, because it may have felt like you weren't really safe anywhere. That goes very much with the Pisces feeling, right? Pisces is depicted as the fish, and the fish, as opposed to other water signs, they don't have a shell. They don't have claws or anything. They can't just retrieve or hide like that. They have to run, right? They have to be on the lookout, or always be on guard somehow to protect themselves. That could be that feeling. But I must say the similarity with the colors here also tells me something about, this is orange. There could be something about your sacral chakra here. The womb, life force energy, creativity, sexuality. There could be something here that doesn't feel safe or was challenged somehow, or that it was blocked, that there has been harm done somehow. I feel like the lookout for me today, it comes across as a like feeling unsafe somehow. That you are on the lookout because there's a feeling of unsafety, or like the floor is burning under your feet somehow. There's danger. There's danger somehow. Okay, I read from the book here for you. So, a man looks through binoculars from the crow's nest of the great masted ship. A battle is being waged on the deck below him. This card tells you to be on the lookout. This is a challenging situation, perhaps even a battle of sorts, around you. You could experience a sudden fall or loss of your position, but if you are aware, you can make a backup plan that will help you ride through this difficult time a little more easily. This phase may be temporary, but it's important to keep your balance. Your strength will carry you through to a better time to come. Yeah, I get this feeling. It says something like you could experience a sudden fall or loss of your position. I get this feeling of like being in a transition phase, and momentarily or in a period of time you feel off somehow. That something may have felt like you lost something, or it's off. It's your antenna has fallen down. Your ship broke down. That it's like you are on the outlook maybe of your normal guidance, but it's like it's not there. Okay? Whether you receive this card upright or reversed, there is a card nearby that can help you better understand the difficulties at hand and the steps that you can take to leave or to resolve them. Notice the card to which the man is looking with his binoculars. What do the details of that card tell you about your role as lookout in this situation? So when I was putting him here, and he's looking towards her actually. He's looking towards the Templar nun here. If I should take that literally as it's said in the book, it's like he's looking towards her. It's almost like you are asking for something deep within you to guide you. Right? She is a Templar nun. She's a protector of the vault. It's almost like you look to her to somehow get some guidance or some kind of help. But the Akashic force of this card is about, it says here, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Become the lookout and scan the things happening in your life. Notice everything you'd like to correct. Then take a moment to consider how to do so. After a few moments, let that go. Now turn your binoculars to look into your future. What do you see on the horizon, right? So maybe he should start looking over here instead and see what she is trying to manifest here. Positive new cycle, new outcome, regaining of youth. There's definitely something that needs to be released that is too burning here or too heavy somehow. I want to look at the bottom of the deck also for this shuffle. I get the Akashic field. So here you see, what's that called? I can't remember right now. But it's this green light phenomenon in the sky that happens sometimes when an electric field is present in the air. It happens in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere at a particular time every year, right? And actually this is on the front on the video front of this video, and all the videos this time around I have a picture a bit similar to this. So that's also synchronistic, I feel like, for you, for this reading. It's underlying energy. So what does it tell us? It tells us that there is some force here, Akashic field. To me, the Akashic field, again, it's an energy field, right? That links to your Akash, so your book of records from previous lifetimes. There could be some karma related to some of this that you have been carrying, and it has been in your energy field, I want to say. Yeah, it's an aurora borealis, right? I'm reading from the book here. Like the Akash field, the aurora borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's hemisphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the Earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibilities, and every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make them happen. Imagine yourself entering the boundless and brilliant Akashic field. It's almost as if you are stepping onto the Milky Way, and all its stars roll out before you, offering their light and power. Feel this profound force igniting your dreams and lighting your way. If you don't know how to access the Akashic record or the Akashic field, you can online on YouTube. There are meditations, guided meditations that help you get into a very relaxed state of being, and they guide you how to tap into this energy field. And as it says here, and as it says in the book, there is profound force here that wants to ignite your dreams and lighten your way. And that is exactly probably what you need with this, right? Lighting your way, right? So that you get out of whatever this is. You want into the empowered dreams and lighting up your way here. That's what underneath it. Again, it's something like an energy shift or a push or something to a different understanding, a different way of being. That's at least how I see these cards for you today. So let's get some tarot on the table here. I'm using the Gilded Tarot here, also new cards, by Barbara Moore. And I like the imagery on them very much. So let's have a look. But I feel like, as I said, it's like you're in between something. But sometimes when we are in between, we may have resistance. Like there could be oppositional energies within you or with you and another person. And it can be difficult. It can be difficult to navigate, maybe. If you seem like, if it seems, wow, they're falling all over the place. Yeah, maybe that's what you feel like, that something is falling apart. Maybe you feel like you are falling apart. But there could be the feeling of something falling apart. Maybe something needs to fall apart for you to break away here from something. I get justice on the table here as a flyer. So again, there is something about letting something go to have more balance here. Judgment is, or justice, justice is like a fairness, a balance, more harmony. It could even be something like it could be something like I get almost a feeling of resurrecting something. Like it's something that is, as I said, it could be deeply hidden or something here, something, a secret that comes out. And when that secret comes, it's like the secret may have been holding you back from doing something. And it's almost like, look at how golden she is, right? It's like there is something beneath, right? There is something beneath, like a golden, a golden opportunity of some kind. And that golden opportunity is your justice. It is your treasure. But it's like it has been in a tomb, right? It has been sealed off like an Egyptian tomb. So you have been digging, or someone has been digging to find something. And when they find it, it could be this feeling of like finding an Egyptian golden tomb, right? With a lot of jewelry and gold coins and diamonds and everything. It could be that this is underneath it all. Look at, here we have the yin-yang symbol also. There is something about uncovering something that could give you a golden opportunity. It could even be, golden is usually linking for me with the solar plexus chakra of confidence and personal power and everything. So there could be this feeling that when this comes to the surface, whatever this is, it's something that fires up something in you. It may fire up a need or a want for justice, a sudden willpower, a sudden sense of I want to redeem myself somehow. I need justice. I want justice. I want to fight for justice. I want something to be equal. I want, or equal. Yeah, you do that. You want that too, but it feels a little bit like redeeming yourself. I want to redeem myself, but I also want others to see me as worthy and everything. It's that feeling, right? That you need to be redeemed, or you need to be. You want that. It's like it awakens a power in you you didn't think you have. That feeling. Another flyer here. I get strength in reverse though. It came out in reverse. Maybe you feel like you don't have what it takes to go there. But it could be another thing here, because when we look at this card, we see a woman here, and we see a lion, and we see how she is holding some change here that is actually put around the neck of the lion. The lion is calm, but it's usually I see this as a card where these two work together. So the power of the very masculine lion here is helping the woman when she's out and about. It's like a protector she has with her. But today it comes across more like your strength may have been tamed, right? It may have been put in change here. So, strength is good to have. Wildness, sometimes we need to tame, right? To be civil and be with other people. We can't just attack anyone on the street. So a wildness we need to tame sometimes in ourselves. But the power and the protector energy, the strength energy, we do want that one, right? It could be the feeling that, because this was reversed, that something has been holding you somehow, and you don't want that anymore, that something shouldn't hold you, that you should be able to be whoever you are here, even with the wildness, right? That even something that is a bit untamed, or a bit wild, or a bit wild and free, or a bit fiery even, that maybe it should come to the surface. But we don't know exactly what it is, perhaps, right? It has been buried in an Egyptian vault here, tomb. So what is it that we bring to the surface? Is it something that we can tame, something that is of a good nature, or what is it that we want to bring to the surface here? Maybe you are not sure that you know how to tame this. Let's say these two are the same women here. It means that she would be the Templar nun, right? And as this one is. And she has been waiting for this power to come to the surface, perhaps here. As we saw the justice, this golden, same thing. Lion is also solar plexus energy. Strength is solar plexus energy, Leo energy here. So it's a majestic, powerful leader ability and power you have here. But it has been put under lock for a reason. It has been buried for a reason. So if you bring this up to the surface, what do you get, right? It seems like life has been a little bit difficult here. Maybe to control the fire, to control your fire, maybe, or to control something here. could have been difficult, or it left you burned somehow, and therefore you had to put it down, you had to bury it perhaps here. This came out reversed, so it could be this feeling that you want justice, you want to bring a powerful golden justice judge to the surface, who is very strong and very powerful. But maybe you are not sure exactly how to yield this energy, or you're not sure whether this is just a Pandora's box. There's a reason why it's hidden here, right? Or why it's shadowy for you. Another one showing itself here. Let's have a look. This says the Tower. Yeah, you could be afraid that that what you have built in your life for now is breaking apart. So what if you lose everything, if you let the fire burn here, if you let something explode here? What if you need to, what if you can't yield it? What if you can't protect yourself or others? What if this becomes too aggressive somehow? But again, I also feel like the Tower is needed somehow. It's part of the process for you, so that you can get to the new beginning here. I need a little more light, don't I? I don't know if this is helping anything. I need more light. But then I have to walk away from the camera. Maybe I do need more light. Please forgive me. I turn on the light. Just a minute. I think this was better anyway, so okay, let's have a look here. What else wants to show itself here for you, Pisces? I must say this full moon has been very, very powerful. I think it is very transformative. The energies for transformation is very powerful right now. Uranus has been in aspect with several planets. Uranus is supposed to, with Saturn being the great awakeners, right? The one that shakes us up and makes us maybe want a change, want something different. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, now this one flew out. There are too many cards here, but the Knight of Cups reversed. With the Four of Swords reversed. Four of Swords talks about healing, taking your time to heal something, taking your time to recover from something. And it was reversed. Knight of Cups would be someone who is willing to bring forward, show or talk about your emotions. But they came out reversed, both of them, and somehow I get the feeling it's like there is something that you're maybe refusing, or choosing not to go into. Like, you're choosing not to speak about your emotions, you're choosing not to seek healing with someone, or it could have been something you couldn't access here, right? It could have been something that you had a difficult time accessing. You have been on the lookout for it, perhaps, but you couldn't access it, and therefore you couldn't heal it. But it could, if this is with another person, I want to say it could be a choice that you make, that you let go, you break free from it, that instead of trying to bring forth your feelings and the attempt to heal something with someone, you choose to break free from it. You choose to be alone, or you choose to, let's say you want out, out of a relationship, you want out of a marriage. You want to retrieve, you want to be on your own. Okay, let's have a look here. So how do we want these cards, please, for Pisces? This comes up as a very user-friendly kind of reading for you, because I'm supposed to put them like this, but read them as upright, so you can see them, right? You can see them as they are supposed. This is how I used to do my old readings, and now I'm suddenly, my old readings, I did this for your comfort, so that you could see the cards. I sit over here, so I sit from a different angle. I see them actually like that, right? I see them like that, not like this. You see them upright. I see them as crossing cards from my angle, but I was reading them as upright for your comfort. For your comfort, so you could better see the cards. At some point, I got the guidance I should just read the cards and don't think about how I laid them out. But now I was suddenly guided to put them like this, but read them for your benefit, for your comfort. And it reminded me of how I used to do it. And there's something about this, how you used to do something for the comfort of others, maybe. For the comfort of others, you used to do something here. For the comfort of others, but maybe it's no longer for the comfort of others. Your priority should be maybe for the comfort of you. Okay? So there could be something in this card that tells you something you have done in the comfort of others, or for the comfort of others, to make them comfortable, to make them happy, to make them content, but it was not for your benefit, right? Some of these cards may tell us something like that. And that is probably what you need to let go of. That's what you need to break away from, so that you can have the clarity here. Okay? Okay, at the bottom of the deck, I get the Two of Cups. Yeah, this makes sense, right? What we do for love. So you may have done something for someone here. Again, I said that the number 2 is significant. Two of Cups. The number 2. This is also a 2. So we have, for now, I want to say 3 2 cards on the table, and even the fish in between the 2 cups here. So this is for love. This is for the rainbow, right? This is because we want to believe in unconditional love. And if we carry the vibration of unconditional love, that's exactly why we do this. It's for the comfort of others, right? Because we love them. We would even love them unconditionally. So we would be willing to do anything for them. And sometimes we believe if we are romantic, or if we are maybe not that mature, a bit naive maybe, we believe that others think this as well. And some do, and some don't. And I just get the feeling that maybe you have been dealing with someone who wasn't like that. They like the affection, or they like the affection, the attention you gave them, the stuff you did here for them, for their comfort, right? For their comfort, you did it. You would rather put it for their comfort and not your own. You see what I mean? Like, otherwise I should have put them like this, because that would be for my comfort when I'm reading the cards like that, right? That would be easier for me to see from my angle, but not that easy for you to understand, because you see the cards sideways. So I used to, when I started my reading, I did this. Or when I started my channel, I did this so that you could see it. I thought that was the most accurate way to do my readings. It should be beneficial for you. It should be easy for you to see. I still think that somehow, but I got my guidance at some point, like just read the cards. Don't think about it, how you turn the cards or so on. But I still think about it, even though I got that guidance. But today it actually was shown to me, put the cards like that, but read them for the camera, or read them for the viewers. And instantly I thought, yeah, but this is what I did in my older readings. So this is my old way of doing something. And this could represent your old way of doing something also, to the benefit of others, to the comfort of others, but maybe not to the comfort of you, right? I want to take the center card first, because the center card is typically quite significant for the reading. I used to read this as past, I used to read this as current and maybe future card, and this can be like something very significant that ties everything together. So let's have a look. It says the Empress. Yeah, you wanted to be the Empress for someone. So in this situation, either you or someone else was, or the idea was that you wanted to be someone's Empress, or they were the Empress in your life, right? So the Empress is like, she's usually depicted as a pregnant woman, so like a mother. And but she is a mature mother, this one. She is she's usually embracing the energy of all four queens in tarot. So this is Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Wands. She's a mature woman, this one. She knows how to protect herself. She knows how to put up her limits, her boundaries. She's abundant, she's beautiful, she's caring, she's loving, she's attentive, she takes care of herself, she's bright, she's shining, she's very, very abundant, I want to say, this queen. Sometimes when we have a crush on someone, here, when there's rainbows here and unicorns, we may see another person as this. We may see this as our, for a man, the mother, right? Or for a masculine, the other one seems like the soothing, beautiful, caring person that you are looking for. In the cross phase, we will see someone like this. We may even seek someone like this. We want someone to be gentle and caring and kind, but also dependable, resourceful, someone who can heal us if we feel wounded, someone who cares, someone who is wife material, I want to say. So this is not she's dependable, she's someone who you can rely on, she's trustworthy, she's grounded, right? So this is wife material here, mother and wife material in this one, you could say. And she is right here, and maybe that is what you have been looking for all along. The Two of Cups underlying energy, this tells me that it links, right? That the one you wanted to connect with here should be someone who is like this. Like they should be caring and good, and but also resourceful and to a certain point strong and maybe even independent. The Empress is usually independent. She won't settle for anyone just like that. She wants an emperor, right? That is her match. He would be her match, not a page of pentacles or a knight of wands. That's not her match. She wants an emperor, right? So a king of kings, you would say. An emperor rules kingdoms. So she wants a big leader position, or a big leader, someone who is you could say a Leo energy, actually. Well, Emperor is Aries energy in tarot, but I see Leo energy as competitive for the Emperor status, because the Leo energy is known as the king of the animals, the ruler of the jungle, stuff like that, right? But she is not just any woman, right? She could be the perfect woman, this one. The perfect woman, if such one exists. She has gotten her status here not only by good looks and a bit of grace. She is educated, right? She is wise. She is she has good boundaries, so her self-worth and confidence is also important here. And therefore she will only attract a man who can see the worth in that, right? This is not little naive wifey, right? This could be a businesswoman, right? Someone you can't just fool her, this one. But she's in the middle here, so it seems like something has been brewing, maybe. Maybe the thing you need to do to become this Empress, maybe. If this has been what you have been working on, if this is what you have been on the lookout for here, building yourself, redeeming yourself, becoming the woman, a successful woman here perhaps, or a successful feminine here. I want to say, if you have been on the outlook for this, that this has been what you have been looking for. You've tried to figure out how to redeem yourself so that you could be her here. Something may have blocked it. Or if you have been looking for a woman like that, something has blocked it from you to see this clearly, right? Something has been blocking you from having access to a woman like this, or becoming a woman or a feminine like that. You've been looking for something perhaps here. And this is what you need perhaps to break free and become her, right? So let's have a look here. So if I talk about the past or whatever this, again, it relies on, or it's situated right under the underlying energy. So we could see this as underlying energy as well. It says Four of Pentacles in reversed. I just turn it around so you can see the card. Four of Pentacles is usually a card of worrying about money, feeling uptight, anxious, afraid to lose what you have. Like, you know what you have, you don't know what you're going to gain. And always with this feeling that I could potentially lose something. I should worry about life. I should worry about my finances. I should worry about people in my life. I should worry about my safety. I should worry about, and that makes sense, right? With the ship and the burning here. It's like, I'm never quite safe. I'm never quite safe. That would be what this is about, right? I'm never quite safe. But it came out in reverse, and I feel like it's because this is crucial that you leave a lack mentality behind. That you somehow tell yourself that that you are not in trouble. You are not unsafe. You are safe, right? That you're not about losing everything here. It came out reversed, so I feel like it's one of the things that needs to go for you to embrace this. But also to win her, right? You can't come to you can't approach an Empress with the Four of Pentacles here, worrying about your money and whether you are good enough or you have what it takes, or you're not feeling quite safe where you are. You can't approach someone like that. Well, you could if you ask them for money, right? But if this is a romantic situation, I want to say you can't show up like that, right? You have to show up as someone who is not lacking anything. Someone who is grounded and someone who is trustworthy and everything, and you feel safe in life, right? The Four of Pentacles would be someone who, it could even be someone who actually donates money, right? Reversed here, it could be someone who donates money, who helps others to feel safe, right? Someone who is willing to share what they have with others, right? Someone who is willing to give a beggar on the street something, or to donate money for threatened animals, or people in need, or people trapped in war zones and everything, right? That would be someone who wouldn't worry, right? Who would actually share what they have. So it seems like there's something about, instead of maybe, I don't know exactly what this is for you, right? But it could be something that has to do with safety. like literally the physical body safety, something like that. And it drains your life force energy if you continue to somehow be on guard. Whereas if you can instead share your money or share your, we could say this could even be someone who, here we would see him as someone who holds on to his money, who wouldn't be willing to share with anyone. So if you lived with another person, you wouldn't share your income, your money with them, like a shared household. You wouldn't do that. But in this case, reversed, it could be that you didn't care. You did that. You shared your money. You had a like shared household with. You didn't think that it was a problem because you trusted. You trusted the situation, right? You trusted it. You wanted to trust it. But somehow I get the feeling that, and probably because if you were approaching someone like this, you had to show them, right, that you were willing to share with them. You had to be accommodating. You had to be, you had to show your, accommodating, loving nature. Or if you want to become the Empress, you somehow have to get out of a lack mentality and embrace the idea of sharing what you have. Be willing to overcome anxiety, right? That's part of the healing process for an Empress. She can't live in lack mentality. Then she's not an Empress. She has overcome that. And maybe you've been working on this, like trying to overcome a lack mentality, trying to separate you from the feelings of not having enough, not being enough, not being worthy enough, and so on. So it could be the process of building an Empress here. Maybe to become worthy of the right emperor here, or that you wanted to impress someone. You wanted to become worthy in their eyes, right? You wanted to become worthy in their eyes. So maybe you have been trying to raise your vibration here and separate yourself from some kind of consciousness and embracing a new one here. I get the feeling that this is like the end goal. This is the stuff, the prize, the one you want to find, the true love, the stable, the strong person that you want to find, or you want to be here. And in order to get to this, you have to break free from something, right? You have to free yourself from some of the more troubled things that you have been dealing with. But it is reversed here, and it tells me that you have gotten to it. Like you have already done some of this. In the name of her, in the name of becoming her or becoming worthy of her somehow, right? You have done this. You have shared. You have released yourself from also maybe situation that could push you financially. You've gotten yourself out of some kind of trouble here. Okay. Over here I get the Ace of Cups. Yeah. The Ace of Cups is underneath the breaking free and the gain your youth and fly. So here I get the idea that when you break away from something that has been holding on to you, that has been a deep secret or something that has been very traumatic for you, perhaps. You allow yourself to change something about a lack mentality. And you may do it in the name of her, like maybe you do it to impress someone, as I said, right? Or to unite with someone here. You're maybe doing whatever you're doing here, you're doing it for her, right? For her to still love you, or for her to still care, or for her to still be around, for her to still see you as good enough and worthy and everything. And what you need to do is, well, you break free from some lack mentality here. When you do that, you start embracing yourself here. Here we have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is one cup. So this is where what I call self-care and self-love. This is where you become aware about the stuff that you need to do for yourself. As I said, there's something about this that you have done in the comfort of others. In the comfort of others, you have done something. Maybe you have given your cup to others. Right? You've given your cup to others. You've given your money, perhaps. Shared everything. So shared your feelings, shared your groundly possessions here. In the name of love, in the name of being worthy or becoming this Empress, the Great Mother, in the name of being the mother perhaps of your child, you have shared and paid everything maybe. You have given your love to them. But I get the feeling it's time now to review this. Maybe it's time to review how much have they given you back here? Have they ever given you anything back? Have they done that? Have they repaid you? Have they, you could say, shown you their emotions? Have they done that? Have they shared their stuff with them? Or have they only filled you with anxiety and worry here? And let's say this has to do with like a mother role, that you were a mother or you are a mother, and you wanted to take care of your child, right? Maybe the time has come not to worry so much about your children if they have become like adolescents, they have become grown-ups. Maybe you can lay some of this worry down, and instead of giving your cup to others, you could start giving it to yourself. In that way, you start growing, you could say, a more mature Empress. And in the name of love, it is to somehow become connected or reunited with someone here. I would like a card on the Empress, please, from the Isis Oracle here. It's by Alana Fairchild. Isis is the queen, right? She is the queen of... she's queen of fire, but she's also in Egyptian mythology like the Great Mother, as we see her here as the Great Mother. So I feel like this is correct to take the Isis Oracle as a clarifier on this Empress, please. Because one thing is to be the Empress, or like to wish to become her. Because she can stand alone, this one. She can stand alone. She's abundant enough to stand alone. She has enough self-care to stand alone. She knows how to take care of herself and to attract to her the opportunities that she needs. She doesn't need a man. She doesn't need an emperor. But if he comes along, she would probably join with him, but not because she needs him. Not because she's codependent. Not because she... and that's also why the emperor finds her interesting. Is that she can stand alone, this one. So it's a very strong, queen-like, you could say, Empress-like, of course, but majesty, leadership. It's a leader woman, you would say. She could be very well educated. She doesn't have to, but it can be an energetic thing, right? That she just has this charisma around her, right? That she's like that. And you can't just fool her. She's not aggressive or angry, or she's quite assertive, but she's also very intuitive. She can be very good at reading people as well. As I said, she embraces all four queens. The energies of all four queens in tarot. So she's very adapted, very capable. So let's have a card on this Empress here. Because you don't become the Empress just like that. The Empress is also, you could say, the end of the road. This is a major arcana. And major arcana cards are always the last cards in the tarot deck. The very last card is the World card. The World card is where you end up the cycle. This is where you come to the end. This is where you have closed off a chapter in your life and you start new with the Fool card. That would be the equivalent of the Maiden, right? Which I talked about here with this card. So there is something that you have achieved, I feel like, or you want to achieve here. There could be still something you need to figure out here before you can lift off here, before the Tao here can fly freely here. Oh, the dove. Sorry, the dove. Okay. Okay, let's have a look here. So I get Temple of Lapis Lazuli, Goddess of the Ancient Skies. So now I get something about temple again. And I get blue here as well. Blue is throat chakra, sacral chakra. Throat chakra and third eye pineal gland. It corresponds with the sacral chakra. So these two go together, right? These two colors here, they are linked somehow. If you have problems in this area, you also have here. If you have problems in this area, you could have problems here as well. So we have star, triangle, and half moon within this. Lapis Lazuli is a very blue stone. It's not just slightly blue, it's quite blue. Actually, as it's depicted here. Deep blue, or at least middle blue, middle colored blue. It's not light blue, it's not baby blue. So, and why I say this is because the more blue something gets to me, the more blue something looks to me, it tells me something about the validity, something about the volume, or the heaviness of something. Not heavy as in bad or dark, but something about maybe the wisdom, you could say. The wisdom is more prominent when you have a darker blue stone. For me, the more blue it becomes, the bigger quality it has. So it could be an empress who is expressive, like she goddess of the ancient skies, right? She could have something to do with, or connected, very connected with, well, you could say like the planets, the stars, the sky. It could be a guide, this one. The feeling of the divine mother God feeling. But in the sky, right? Or in the divine realm. That could be what you are kind of, that you sit on some kind of knowledge that has to do with exceptional consciousness skills somehow here. That you have the ability to tap into something very ancient, ancient consciousness somehow here. I get more and more the feeling that this is you, Pisces, that you have the ability to do this. That you have the ability to do this, but you don't know that, or you haven't had any access to this. You don't know exactly what this is. As I said, it feels almost also like, what is this? Am I opening Pandora's box? That could be a fear you have, right? That there's a reason why this is hidden, why it feels like the boat is burning here. But I get the feeling that it's a lot of wisdom. So either this is you, or it's someone you know, or you listen to, or you have some kind of contact with. So I'm just getting the book here and reading here about it. But it makes sense that we have an empress with a goddess here, right? That makes sense. Okay, goddess of the ancient skies, your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not only herald from the earth. It holds much special wisdom of star people from civilization far and near, with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from the civilization based in fear to a love-based culture. You are guided to come into deeper acceptance of your own inner knowing now. Ancient souls with experience of consciousness and community from more spiritually advanced civilizations are here on this planet to be themselves in the fullest extent possible in order to help support each other and heal human culture so that the planet may thrive. The challenge can be that such ancient souls can feel out of place here on Earth for a time, as they go through an adjustment process and remember their healing mission on this planet. These souls hold much inner wisdom of star people and civilization far and wide in the galaxy and beyond. This inner wisdom vibrates at a higher level than the frequencies of fear, aggression, dominance, and disconnection that are a part of the global human wounding. They are here to help heal. This is why ancient souls are needed, of course, to help offer a different reality which is more whole and connected to oneness and love. But the challenge is not to lose belief and honoring of your own true inner wisdom and deep soul truth whilst becoming a member of a culture that is still so different to yours. The oracle comes to you to provide much needed spiritual recognition that you have wisdom and understanding within you that is very ancient and flows from the soul, and that you also have a sacred connection to wisdom that comes from the star people of Sirius and other celestial beings that serve through unconditional love. This is neither strange nor weird, but it is precious, and although you are not the only one of your kind here, it is far from a common soul type on this planet, mostly because it takes a lot of strength and dedication to be able to sustain existence purposefully in a vibration that is lower than your own natural vibration. This oracle comes to you with an offering of guidance. Remember who you are within. Do not try to fit with external models of how to be in this world, for you are here to help birth a new way that is more aligned with spiritual truth. You are guided to trust in your wisdom, to sit and contemplate any issue that you are questioning right now, and to trust in the voice of your heart. Guidance doesn't have to make logical sense, though often at a higher level you will perceive a higher divine logic in the guidance. It just needs to feel as though it makes your heart expand, and that will be a sign for you that it is your truth. Yeah, I actually got that feeling of, as I said, it's like the brighter blue it becomes, the more volume of wisdom, air element, the more volume of wisdom there is. It's like a compressed kind of library, right? That's what I feel like. There could be something about someone here, either you or someone else here, who holds a lot of wisdom, a lot of, it could be you, right? I get the feeling of you, because there is this transition element, like changing from one to another. Maybe you have many of these steps to kind of open up to the wisdom that you actually hold. That whatever is buried here, it had to be the ripe time. The time in society had to be right and ripe. We have entered the age of Aquarius. If you believe in astrology, we have entered the age of Aquarius, which means that this is a ripe time. It's a time that would actually understand you, right? It would understand you. If you hold this energy somehow, and your vibration is naturally higher than on Earth. You would probably feel the draw to be sucked back down in, but you would also, when you spend time alone, perhaps you will rise up again. You will naturally need to rise up. That's why you are here somehow. And every time you break free from something that could restrain you or hold you back, you become more independent. You become more like her. You become more united with this Empress energy, and it will help you become the healer you are, right? Yeah, okay. Actually, I feel like you are pretty much on the right path here. There could be something about this that is that may still come to the surface for you. During the next periods of time, I feel like it could be before we have the next new moon in Libra, right? And Libra is about balance, actually, justice, right? The balancing of the scales. We could even say the balancing of the two cups, right? They have to become aligned and equal. If we talk about you being a healer here, it could be something about being a healer so that the energies on Earth are more balanced, right? I saw the Justice card. I said that it's like she's golden, right? It's like she comes in with like a lot of force, actually, or a lot of like she can't be ignored. That's what I feel like. The Justice card, the golden lady in the Justice cards, it's that's what I feel like is here, right? It's like she's very solid. This energy here is very strong and very solid and very accomplished, and seems like she holds a lot of ancient energy, like in an Egyptian tomb, right? So there is something about the time had to be ripe. The time had to be right. Ripe and right. You couldn't have done this in the like 1650s, where witches were burned on the stake. You couldn't have. The time wasn't ripe for that. You have been on the lookout, your soul has been on the lookout for the right timing to come through and deliver some message here. We could say that you needed certain tools like the internet, for instance, to bring forth some kind of message here, or to share something, or to maybe even to connect with others like you, right? If more like you sit in the same vibration at the same time, it increases the energy dramatically. When you just are 2 or 3 together, it becomes tripled, right? So your energy together would rise, would heal Earth, maybe, right? Or heal the balance between maybe yin and yang here. I even pointed out the yin and yang symbol on the Justice card before I shuffled. The golden lady of the balancing scales. That could also be why you are here, right? Why this is now suddenly seeming as it's coming to the forefront. in your life. But it's like you have to awaken it. It's like it's in you somehow, but you have to awaken it and trust it also. Not be afraid of it. And but I want to say it could be probably... It could be maybe a little bit of a lonely life when you acknowledge this. It could be a lonely life. A little bit maybe, because most people don't understand this, right? They don't understand it. Maybe your family don't understand it. Maybe the people that you live with, the closest ones, maybe the one you are married to, they don't understand this in you. Yeah, that's what I want to say. It could be a little bit lonely, but I want to say there are probably more like you out there. Not many, but some. And if you resonate with this, of course you should look for them, right? I want to say myself, I find that I connect with Sirius. But well, maybe in my own way. I've said this in other readings as well. That's also why I got this Isis, the Isis oracle here, is because I feel like she has been calling, Isis has been calling to me for a long time, actually. But I just felt like I wasn't ready somehow. A little bit like the same energy, but it's a little bit different. I get a little bit different. This is different. I get the feeling this is a little bit different than what I feel about myself, but a little bit different. But again, I'm not at the end of the road. I'm probably also still healing towards something. So, well, if you are out there and you feel like you resonate with this, maybe I'm part of your sisterhood. I don't know. But if this makes sense for you, somehow, I hope you will give this a thumbs up and maybe write to me if you feel like this is that it makes sense somehow. Okay, I wish you the very best out there, Pisces. This can be lonely, right? So, yeah, take very good care of yourself. I hope this helped you in some way. And I wish you the very best. Love and light to you, Pisces. Bye-bye.